Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Where previously, we were at somewhere called Akafell that probably has a wonderful backstory, but I don't know any of it because I just bumbled into it by accident, and now we're here, exploring the place. The ruin underground bit we just came out of there, it was crawling with vampires, and also ghosts of so-called plague victims. So, yeah, here we are in some sort of lost city, it feels like. There's a ruddy great big aqueduct here. Yeah, we're right there on the map. And I don't really know what's going on, other than the place is full of vampires, and therefore, as a devotee of the temple, we must eradicate them. Oh, we're not opening those doors, apparently. Oh! More spooky ghosts. Bustin' makes me feel good. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Smack. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Poor ghost. Did not expect to be punched from the other side. Beaten into submission. Whoa, my goodness. Okay, I've only just noticed that ectoplasm's actually worth a surprisingly decent amount of gold, but I'm not taking anyway because our carry capacity has been something of an issue lately. Hello, Mr. Ender. Oh my god, I need to stop yawning. Enough. Enough. It's been a long day, I know, but enough. Mr. Ender, thank you very much for 14 months of subbage. You haven't done Akafell ruined healths, apparently. Oh! Man, Nord vampires look really gothy, don't they? Also, is this Volgar the Viking right here? Good heavens. I played the crap out of that game. Thanks for the vampire dust. Volgar the Vampire Viking. That should have been the sequel, shouldn't it? Mazte. I thought maybe it was Sujama, which would have been superb. But no. Ah! Curse you in your health-absorbing ways. Thank you. Take your vampire dust as well. Alright, we need a little bit of healing. I'd like to be able to take these guys out with some fire magic, but it just costs me too much magicka, and I'm really low on magicka potions right now. Soul gem lesser bracket scrib. Wick wheat muffin, num num num, has no effect because wick wheat muffins aren't food. Confusing, I know, but they just aren't. They are alchemy ingredients though, so the muffins get turned straight into potions. Do you know? I'm not going to try and open that chest. I could open it with Ondusi's open door, but it costs me 19 magicka to cast. And what's inside is never worth it. It's just never worth it. It's always just like a lockpick and a sock or something. You know, it's just... Problem with container loot is it's usually scaled to your level in this game. Which means it's usually fucking rubbish. We do check urns, though, because occasionally they contain scrolls. Not these ones, though. Last stream when you nuked vampires with fire was pretty jokes. Yeah, we got to unleash our inner mage for a bit, which was fun. Ooh. Some nice lanterns. I think I'll take this one. Can't go wandering around with a red lantern. People might get the wrong idea. Hello, Cliff Racer. Nope, another spooky ghost. Hiya, hiya, hiya. Take that, and that, and that. Excuse me. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm recording, streaming, whatever you want to call it, late again today. Later in the evening. After a long day out. Again, twice on the trot now. And I'm so knackered today, folks. I really am. I think tomorrow. I've got Monday. And before I have to go back to the warehouse again. And plan for tomorrow, I think, pretty much is to sit at home and do feck all except for record Skyrim videos. That's the plan, really, for tomorrow. Is to move as little as possible. Uh-oh. You've got a friend, haven't you? This is going to complicate matters. Yeah. Oh, and we're dead. And she's not wearing trousers. What on earth? Did you have a nice day out? Yeah, it was alright. It's pretty good. I got a little sunburnt. You may have noticed I'm pinker than usual. It's not just the camera for once. Oh. Oh wait, yeah. There's you, isn't there? Hello again. Might have to use some fire to deal with these two vampires inside this chapel. We catch them in the middle of something. Possibly. Either that or it's laundry day or she's just having a really lazy day. She was just like, trousers? Fuck that. Not today. Ooh, rectory. We can go in there as well. Girl was just like, I'm not leaving the house today, so I'm not putting any trousers on. Not even a pair of leggings. Oh yeah, here's the ruined chapel, okay. What am I looking for right now? I'm looking for Fireball Great! Or maybe we can get away with killing this guy without her noticing. Oh, wait, no, too late. Okay, no, that just... I don't know where I fell down to there, but it didn't... we need to try and aggro them both and then hit them both with the fireball. Just had the good goddamn sense to... Ah! Time for some Errol Flynn shenanigans. Ow, no, get off. I'm stuck on a chair. Plan ruined by the furniture. curses. There goes my magicka. Look at them following me around like this is Scooby-Doo. Ridiculous state of affairs. The problem is every time they hit me with that, they get their health back. No! Oh crap. I've got a hand-to-hand skill that is in excess of 100, and somehow I still managed to miss at that crucial moment. Ah! Oh, I wonder if I could have jumped on that. We may need to get a little creative here. Whoa! She's behind me. Was this a panto? Oh dear. Okay, no, I think my plan here is actually going to be to fucking abuse levitate. Genuinely. We have some innate sanctuary buff. They might do as vampires, actually, yeah. That's a good point. Ha! Just try and get me now. Alright, where's your friend? There she is. You guys want to come over here? There we go. Stand nice and close together. Doesn't work out nearly as well as I'd hoped. Oh no! No. It's that absorb health attack. It's so powerful. It's not quite so fun when it's being used and abused on you, the player, instead of the other way around. Alright. What other tools in the toolbox have we got? Silence. A classic. Target resisted magic, for fuck's sake. Oh, come on! Alright, have fun with that. Probably should have gone for the flame action arc, actually, but never mind. Go Frost Atronach. See, I have magic in there. I think he is. The git. She's distracted. Right, he's dead. Right, I think I can take her now. If we can somehow get to her. Haha. We've cheesed this like a champ, but I don't even care. No. No. Bad vampire. Bad. Revenge. Rowengi. Right, one of you. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Scroll of baleful suffering. Don't you just love it? That's an interesting one. Ooh, drum. Good shit. Lovely. Horn lily bulb. And some grave dust. No idea what grave dust bloody well is, actually. Chapel altar, okay. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Right, he's down. That's a big axe you've got there. Oh, my health. Oh, my sweet giddy aunt. What is my health looking like right now? Not good, is the answer. Where's my belt of the armor of God? There we go. I like my sanctuary a bit more. There we go. Nailed it. Nice one, Ancestor Ghost. What the heck was that? I'm sorry, what? Nobura Tayo? It's a named ruby. Worth 800 gold. It's clearly meant to be a quest for this place. I'll laugh at my ass off if it's an Almas Temple quest. You're like, no, you must go to the ancient fane of Akafell and recover the ruby of blah blah blah. And I'll be like, oh, you mean this one? Yeah, found that a while ago. No biggie. Alright, well. Another vampire eradicated. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Joe? I'll stop at once. I do apologize. You know what? Let's rest for a little while. Get some health and magicka back. There we go. Heather tea effect is worn off. Not the Heather tea. My extra, like, 1 point of sanctuary. Oh, yeah, it's 5 points, actually. It's pretty good. I forgot. See that cliff racer wiggling up there. I've got my eye on you. Alright, so that was the chapel. Where was the rectory? It was around here somewhere. The fog's cleared a little bit now. Everything's starting to look slightly different. Here it is. Ah! Bone Lord. Hello! Oh my god, it collapses into a heap when you've damaged, when you've KO'd it. That's funny. That is gosh darned funny. What's not funny though is the state of my health and the fact that it's probably my last potion. Oh, he's back up. And he's down again. Never in all my years have I actually seen that animation before. Homilies of Blessed Almalexia. Amulet of Health. A little bit of extra healing. What a godsend. That's honestly the best thing we found in this entire place. Interesting. What was this guy, like a little tomb robber who tried to get away and then this collapsed on him? That's pretty funny. Okay. There's not quite as much to this place as I thought there was. Which isn't a terrible thing. I don't feel like every dungeon has to be a huge ordeal. This place is cool enough just as it is. Oh, I hear ghost noises. Hello. I was about to look up at the sky then and be like, Cliff Racer, is that you? That was just an ancestor ghost. That wasn't even a plague victim ghost. That was just a regular old garden variety ancestor ghost. Honestly, I think the damn aqueduct is probably the most impressive thing here. But maybe I'm speaking too soon. There might be more things in this sort of direction. As night begins to fall on the valley. Ghost? Yeah. Oh yeah, something over there. A bunch of pillars. And what's this? It's like a pit leading into the center of the earth. What's going on here? I guess I can always levitate back out. Whee! Oh. Right, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't really this. Alright. Oh, come on. Gonna be sad if they nuke this place when they do the rework of the area. Hopefully they'll just, you know, keep it and improve it a bit. Because they know when they're onto something good, the TR devs. They know when they've got something good that doesn't need to be messed with. That's why Ranyan Rune is basically unchanged. In spite of the fact that they reworked that entire part of the continent. Ranyan Rune, they just left it the heck alone because they knew it was good as it was. In fact, I believe in the very near future, unfortunately it'll be a bit late, and there'll be too many compatibility issues for me to be able to install it and actually take advantage of it in this playthrough, but apparently they are actually in the very near future planning to release an update which will include the continuance, is that a word? It is now. Continuance of the Ranyan Rune Temple questline. So that's actually going to finally be concluded and fully playable, which will be nice. Because currently it ends on a cliffhanger, which is a bit of a shame. Oh, hello. Slow motion next hound. I remember when poor old Sally was fighting off hordes of you somewhere in the West Gash near Nisus. What feels like a ridiculously long time ago all of a sudden. Back when we were all the way over here. In this neck of the woods, after crossing the mountains near Margan and fighting off that ridiculous number of cliff racers. It also includes a huge fire moth rework and integration. Am I wrong, or is Fire Moth the weird fort DLC dungeon quest you can do from one of the free DLCs that came for this game? Is that Fire Moth? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Siege of Fire Moth, yeah, because I'm pretty sure it also appears in the Elder Scrolls Online. But I mean, the TR devs can do whatever the fuck they like, and I will play it, and I will say 10 out of 10 best mod ever. Because I always do. However, Why? Why Firemoth? Why are we spending... I almost said wasting time then, but that would be incorrect. It's not wasted time, because what they'll come up with will probably be wonderful, and not a waste at all. But why are we prioritizing? That's the better way to put it. Why are we prioritizing time on fucking Firemoth from one of the free DLCs versus, you know, other parts of the mod? I don't know. They can do whatever the hell they want. It's not really a criticism so much as an open, genuine question. And if the answer is, I don't know, that's just what we felt like doing, then that's an acceptable answer to me. Oh no, it's raining. Let's set up camp, shall we? Gonna need to go whack this tree a few times with some firewood. We're in Minecraft mode now. One of these days I'll stream Minecraft again. Once enough time has passed that I've forgotten what it was like last time. 4 pieces in one chunk there, nice. Guys, you're going to have to forgive me here, but I really don't actually feel like getting the tent and the bedroll out because it is just kind of busy work. Pretend that we did, alright? Just pretend that we did. I know my immersion, but it's just additional faffing about I don't care for today. Alright. Oh. Why? Why must this part of the world always be so foggy? Oh, the kettle's empty. Oh no, I've drunk all the tea. What a very English problem to have. There goes the last of the guar sausage. Alright. Onwards, southwards, let's go. This sort of direction. Yeah, I know I'm not the only one who's really desperate for them to start doing Redoran content, like Blacklight in particular. Blacklight and all of the like Skyrim adjacent stuff up here as well. If you've ever played with the preview build in, you know, plugin installed, like, you know, all those like Nordic villages and stuff up here that are across the way from Solstheim. Yeah, I so want to go play around there because the little bit of mountains they added. The little chunk here of the Velothi Mountains they added over here, exploring that is some of the most fun I've ever had in Morrowind, and I want more of it. Redoran content is coming after the Hlaalu stuff is done. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, Hlaalu needs some help, admittedly. Like, I'll be honest, as much as I dislike House Hlaalu, they do kind of need the help because their Vvardenfell content is like, eh. And unlike Redoran and Telvanni, they don't have a big overhaul mod that makes their questline better. So, House Hlaalu, if you want to play them these days, it's just the vanilla kind of experience. So Tamriel Rebuilt providing some more Hlaalu stuff is obviously really good. Oh, it's an egg mine. I don't really care quite so much then. Redoran at the very least has the Pax Redoran mod you can install to make them more interesting, so that's kind of picturesque, isn't it? The in-between. I like it. Kind of wish I'd known it was here, otherwise I would have stayed here last night. The sky is looking mega dramatic right now. I like how in Morrowind even the weather is a little bit odd. If my sky was looking like this in Oblivion or Skyrim, I wouldn't be quite so keen on it, but for some reason in Morrowind it just kind of works. Well, we've got an orc with a gigantic hammer. Hosgub. Grow Hazor. Well, hello, Dark Elf. I'm sure I'm glad to see a new face in the in-between. With all those boring regulars, it can get pretty dull in here. I've heard that a lot of great adventurers stay at this inn, but not so far, not a single one dares to put an end to the raids from Serenacid. Some adventurers they are. Name's Hosgub Grohazor, associate in the Fighters Guild. Well, I used to be one. By now they have probably expelled me for dereliction of duty, not that I care much. I see, it's probably Fighters Guild quest territory then, eh? Oh, this is the publican, okay. I'll have some chunky stew then. And he can indeed give us a bed if we want one. Adventurers coming from the north have told me that conflict is brewing between Imperials and the Telvanni. I do hope it will be resolved without too much violence. Just the correct amount of violence is how he would prefer it to be resolved. Not too much violence. A little bit of violence, though. That would suit me perfectly. I do hope they resolve it with the correct amount of violence. If you plan to explore the ruins of Akafell, please do prepare yourself. It can never hurt to carry an extra weapon or a few potions when traversing such a site. Yeah, tell me about Akafell. The ruins of Akafell are slightly to the northeast of my inn. Simply walk over the hills to the north and you won't miss it. They draw many adventurers to this inn. Sadly, not all of them return after visiting the ruins. I assure you I have no secrets to tell at the present. I bought this place from the former owner, a friendly Imperial by the name of Otik. My inn is a popular place to stay for the adventurous types, partially because of the proximity to the ruins of Akafell, but mainly because of the inn's semi-famous sweet rolls. Besides that, we also offer a wide selection of alcoholic beverages imported throughout Tamriel. Do you have any of those sweet rolls for sale by any chance? No? You must be fresh out of them, I suppose. They are indeed that popular, unless this lady over here can sell me one. Barmaid, okay. Yes, that's my name. It's rather lovely, don't you think? Someone has a very high opinion of herself. Yeah, she's really going for the hard sell, isn't she? She's just desperately trying to get us to spend money. I love it. Kwama meat. Haven't seen that around in a while. Or nada meat. Come on, where are the sweet rolls at? Here they are. Let's have some of them sweet rolls. Boy, love, I'd like to taste your sweet rolls. Oh, dear. Oh, does she sell mead? Oh, she does. Oh, fortified strength, 30 points. This stuff is even better than Sujama, I think. I feel like it's also been nerfed by Rebirth, though. Yeah, it is better than Sujama. I kind of want some. It's expensive, though. Vintage brandy, though, speaking of expensive. Vaig. There's no upsides to Vaig. Vaig is just terrible. Twin Moons wine, on the other hand, that's apparently the good stuff. Excuse me. Free estates wine burdens you. Wow. Jagger also apparently terrible. Wolf's blood wine. I will have a mead. I'm going to barter with you over it as well. I'm going to haggle. Right. Who's this guy? Varro Calais. Mercenary on extended vacation. He has to get away from annoying people that keep asking questions, but even here they still get to me, it seems. What a dick. He's definitely got a chip on his shoulder, this fella. Alright. Where the hell are we going? This sort of direction. Oh, I'm at it with the yawning again. Apologies, everybody. Yeah, this is where we want to go, I think. For now. Nice if the weather could, I don't know, cheer up a bit. So we can actually see some of this lovely scenery. Oh well, this is the Morrowind experience at the end of the day. Can't really complain, comes with the territory. Stop yawning, dude. It's going to be contagious as heck. There's going to be people watching this VOD and listening to it, and they're going to start yawning as well, and they're going to be like, damn that Sorcerer Dave. You know, I'm pretty sure that's just a rock, but it kind of looks like, you know, some sort of obelisk. This sort of reminds me of this little hill here with the rocks and everything. Over that bit from Conan the Barbarian. Where he finds the Atlantean sword. And then he climbs back out on top of the rock like so. Takes the sword, swings it down, smashes his own chains, and is like, ha ha! It's a wonderful moment in the film. Very triumphant. Hang on a minute. I was going this way, wasn't I? Stop it! Ah! Yeah, he bashes the rust straight off the sword, doesn't he? Like that. Oh. And then the soundtrack reaches this marvelous crescendo. Okay, we're getting into the swampy bit. Telvanni, Merilag, and Almalexia are all that way. Hello. Swamp Dweller. Dartham Garil. Dartham Garil is the name. I'm a wanderer. I make camp where I will and feed off the land. Okay, nice meeting you. Conan is your favorite orchestral concert with a movie attached. Yeah, accurate. I think it's a magnificent film, and there's some great cinematography in it. But it is one of those films that is like I feel like the soundtrack is a large part of the reason why it's so memorable. It very much carries the film. Like, most of the scenes just wouldn't work if it wasn't for that incredible soundtrack. I feel like this is a good spot for a painting. Abandoned shack on the water. We're going with those incredibly creative names still. I feel like Sally's definitely improving. That's got to be one of the best ones she's done so far. Where's the sketchbook? There we go. Another one for the collection. I'm watching you, Mudcrab. Oh, God, stop it, man. Come on. You're not that tired. This is what I was saying yesterday, another name from nowhere, actually. Like, because I was literally yesterday, I was at the Castle Museum in Nottingham, and I went through the art gallery they have upstairs there, and most of the names of the paintings that are old ones from like the 19th century, 18th century, they all have really dull names like that. We've effectively got a puddle here that's kind of poking through the ground, but it's got waves. You a rock? You are a rock, not a mud crab. You never know sometimes. It's sort of about mud crab shaped. Mud crab sized, that one. Oh, for God's sake. Enough, man, enough. Get it together. Makes your name sound very authentic. I'm glad you agree. Yeah, we're painters, not poets at the end of the day. So I guess it makes sense. This would be Darvonis, wouldn't it? I feel like this is Darvonis. Yep. House Indoril territory. You can tell because of the guards.
Yes, madame. What is it?
There is not an awful lot to do here. Oh, God. If I recall.
Don't stand about. Get moving.
Okay, she's a hunter apparently. Old Yolfgeir Stone Eye down at the docks, a strange one. Like myself, he's a Nord, but he spends all his time in his shack meditating or practicing his unarmed combat techniques. We must have words with this man immediately. Bet our skill's better than his. Probably will be like these days. What is our on hand down? Ah, it's 120, yeah. Hello. Ah, a visitor, please. All are welcome to speak with me. I'm Yolfgeir Stoneeye. My background is of little importance. A suitable location, but truly it's of little matter to me. I could live here, there, or anywhere, so long as there is quiet and the wash of the sea to sing me to sleep. My trade is not one followed by many. I meditate on the nature of the self and soul, and observe the workings and wanderings of the world. I suppose you might call me a monk, but when it comes to combat, I use my training in the unarmed arts or blunt weapons, but normally it does not come to combat. Oh, excuse me. Oh dear. Okay.
What say?
You were less interesting than I'd hoped. I'm pretty sure I could get a boat to Almas there from here, but we're not doing that. We're walking it. The proper way. Like an actual pilgrim. Which means I don't think we have much reason to stop here in Darvonis. We're just going to keep going. Sundered Scar region, yes. Big old swamp. Makes the bit of coast look like a puddle. The stew effect has worn off. Oh no. How terrible. Hello, Mr. Scribb. Oh, really? Very well. Have at thee. Oh, poor diseased Scribble. What are these? Golden sedge. Oh. I don't know what if they're useful for anything, but cool to see those there. Normally in the vanilla game you can only get those in Mournhold. They're a tribunal alchemy ingredient, but they're just growing in the wild here. Another cliff racer. There's been remarkably few of those lately. They must have all congregated up by Margan for mating season or something, I don't know. However, he still wants a piece, doesn't he? Yeah, I'm getting close to Mournhold. In fact, Mournhold's not really realistically that far from here. It's there, pretty much. Mournhold is right there. Ah, come on, you dickhead. Stop pissing about. Build up our destruction a bit. That's nice. Yeah. Our journey continues. C-Team, what are you doing, mate? Buh? Guthrie, huh? Cat attack, yeah, that's my best guess. Hopefully not a stroke, yeah. Cat attack indeed, I see. Stop yawning, motherfucker. Yawn one more goddamn time. I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Yawn one more goddamn time. I speak English and yawn. Sometimes you just gotta shut up and appreciate the scenery and the soundtrack and all that loveliness. That's what makes these games great. And sure, these graphics might be a little old and janky by modern standards, but you know, my imagination fills in the blanks. Oh, the weather's feeling a bit indecisive, apparently. There's a lot of bits here where the water's peeking through the ground. It probably shouldn't be, isn't there? Alt-Arathan region. We're deep in Indoril territory now. I'm going the wrong sodding way. I'm gonna have to go cross country, but I don't think the road's really leading me the way I want it to. That's a lot of cork bulb. I'm wondering if we should stop in Old Ebonheart. I'm not really sure. Obviously, there's no temple stuff for us to do in Old Ebonheart, but I could pop into the Mages Guild, grab some potions, and maybe see if they've got a quest that's worth doing. I know we kind of swore off the Mages Guild, but I don't know, just something to keep us busy. And my god, yeah, I forgot how big this goddamn swamp is. I mean, look in every direction, there's just trees. Oh yeah, Old Ebonheart is laggy as heck, isn't it? I'll have to open the graphics menu and tweak it a little bit once we get there to make the frame rate reasonable. Where are you going, Cliff Racer? Fly so high in the sky. But not that high today. Oh, you can use racer plumes as a lure thing for fishing. I've just noticed. That's neat. Oh, this is that really big Daedric ruin. I remember this place. Pretty sure Fath has spent quite a bit of time poking around here back in the day. Dondrel, Old Ebonheart, Almalexia. I think Dondrel is really kind of the direction we want to go in, because via Dondrel we can get to Almas there. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. My nose has gone a bit runny. Sally up to 200 hand to hand, yeah. No, 120 was my last, the last time I checked. Oh my. A majestic view of the hills. I think another painting, you know? I'm thinking another painting. That's not one of our better ones, honestly, but whatever. There's light on the details. I imagine this path is probably going to lead us up through the hills here onto the other side. Into the Fear River Valley. This is what I love about Tamriel Rebuilt. It makes the game so big that you can do these like amazingly long treks from one end of it to the other, and it feels like a serious journey. Which, as much as I love these Bethesda games, is something you don't typically get in Bethesda games. It's kind of like if you want that kind of experience, typically you have to kind of open up something like Red Dead Redemption 2, because that game has the just vast quantity of landmass in it for you to ride along and across in your horse and what, in your horse, on your horse. It just made me wonder about the Elder Scrolls 6. You know, like, is it gonna be your standard Bethesda game experience, which would be fine. I would not complain at all. You know, I think a lot of people got weirdly bent out of shape about the fact that Starfield was just a Bethesda game in space. I mean, like, it's like they were expecting a lot more and it didn't deliver somehow, but I don't think Bethesda really promised you anything other than what they gave you. But it makes me wonder, like, the Elder Scrolls 6, do you reckon it'll be probably more of the same from Bethesda, or do you reckon they're really gonna, like, push the envelope and give us something that is, you know, like, equivalent size to a game like Red Dead 2 or The Witcher 3, or, shit, what else? I mean, insert other open world game with a really huge open world. Because I don't know. They might not do it. I don't feel like that's maybe not Bethesda's philosophy. I feel like where Bethesda excels is in the details, so much as rather than the overall quantity. Because Starfield has quantity for days. It's got buckets of quantity. But most people's chief complaint is that it lacks a little bit in the quality department, which is fair. You need a drink, apparently. Running a bit low on water, aren't we? One of the main obstacles is how characterized you want each and every NPC. Well, these days not so much. I mean, Starfield's NPCs mostly like the ones that just sort of wander about. They have like maybe one line of dialogue at most that's copy-pasted. There's a lot of filler NPCs in Starfield. So in that respect, they do seem to be moving in the direction of populating the world with a lot of filler NPCs. If you can become the leader of every faction on one character, you'll be very disappointed. Mate, I don't know how to break it to you, but it's been 22 years since Morrowind came out. You're gonna have to let go of the idea that the game is going to force you to play through it more than once to access all the content. Because it's been 22 years, and in all that time, Bethesda has never gone back to do that approach again. They've stuck to a theme ever since, which is the player character can do every guild if they want to. A lot of bull niches about, isn't there? Skyrim with Dawnguard. And the Civil War, for that matter, yeah. But the trick with those is that the content for both of them is basically almost identical, with a couple of exceptions. Well, I was trying to give this place a wide berth, but it looks like there's actually some guards patrolling about. The truth is, for better or worse, most players want to be able to play the guild with every guild with one guy. See, Classic, you know, he speaks the truth. He does. Classic there is very much speaking for the silent majority of people who play Bethesda games, which is people who don't sit around watching streams of them on the internet. They just play them. And they clock 250 hours on one single character. They do every quest in the game. All of the DLC. And spend a ludicrous amount of time in the base building if it's Fallout 4. Temple Sanctuary of Serinthal. I wonder if we'll end up going there as part of the temple quests. This guy doesn't have anything particularly unique or interesting to say, though, unfortunately. Which is a bit of a shame, because this is a relatively interesting and unique place. It's a Daedric shrine, but it's not populated, as far as I can tell, with baddies. There are guards here. There are lanterns lit. There are banners outside. What's the dealio? Hello. Have you ever come this close to a shrine before in your travels, Outlander? Even though many of us live near them, few dare to venture inside. I'm Alavar. As a theologian, I have been sanctioned by the Induril Ilvi to study Ikinimasu and all that lies within. This ruin shares some link to Oblivion, and we're trying to find out what it is. The link means this ruin, and probably other Daedric ruins, are effectively closer to Oblivion than other locations. That also means that Daedra can be more easily summoned here with the right preparation, as they do not need to be pulled as far by their summoner. Okay. You just finished the UC Vanguard questline in Starfield. I haven't myself yet. Actually, I kind of came off Starfield a little bit and moved over to playing Red Dead 2 for a while. That and an absolutely disgraceful amount of Total War Warhammer 3. I picked up the DLC that added Null and Elspeth von Draken, and I played the ever-loving crap out of it. Before that, though, I was doing the UC Vanguard questline in Starfield. And I intend to go back to it, because I was enjoying it, actually, a lot. I thought it was a pretty darn good questline, the bit of it I did play. This feels like maybe another place we might get sent on a quest. I have theories as to which Daedra was worshipped here. Many princes commonly worshipped in the West lack shrines in Morrowind. Either their worship was outlawed or the local populace has simply been uninterested. I think this may have been a shrine to one of those princes before being destroyed by the locals. The void spirits of Meridia and Vermina would be my two best guesses, but I wouldn't rule out Namira or Periite. Holy foreign gods, such as the one named Ebonarm, are less likely. This place is neat, yeah, I agree. You see people like in this game studying the crap out of Dwemer ruins quite often. You know, you'll wander into a Dwemer ruin and occasionally you find like Mages Guild people in there. And there are plenty of Mages Guild quests that have Dwemer related things and what have you. You almost never see people studying the other kinds of ruins in the game. I think there's a Dunmer stronghold that's occupied by some Redoran guys, but they're not really studying it. They're using it as like a military outpost. This is the only time I've ever seen a bunch of friendly NPCs hanging out in a Daedric ruin for the purposes of like studying it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, you gotta have some of that role-playing shenanigans. There's a framework for what your character's gonna do, eh? I mean, like, one thing I'll give Starfield credit for is like what is a lot. It has a lot of wonderful role-playing stuff in the character creation, like when determining your character's background and traits and things. There's a lot of replay value that adds by itself, which is nice. Yes, you can play through the game and join every faction and complete it with the same character, but that doesn't really matter that much in the grand scheme of things, I don't think. Yethgrub. Ah! Oh, it flopped down to the floor, sadly. Orange moss. Yep. We're getting far enough southeast now that the vegetation is starting to get properly strange. Temple Dome mushrooms. And then this, which you can't even loot. But it looks very Shivering Islesy, that does. Because my first Starfield character was kind of like an academic, kind of bookish scientist character. Picked all the appropriate traits and background stuff for that. But the current character I'm playing is basically like ex-UC military. And picked all the, you know, appropriate, you know, bits and bobs in character creation for that as well. Like the soldier trait and whatnot, which allows you to sprint crazy fast from day one, which is lovely. Okay, yeah, we need to know. This clearly is deserving of another painting, I think. Oh yeah, very nice. Trying to get the composition just right. I'm not happy with it. Yeah, that'll do, I suppose. Call this one Indoril Sunset. Painting skill increased to 30. Way. Oh, Dondrel's all the way over there. We're really hugging the edge of the map here, aren't we? Painting seems as addictive as screenshotting. Yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it? Selfie painting. Yeah. Can't do that, unfortunately. What is that over there? That is a Silt Strider. This isn't Dondril, is it? No, it's a different town. It's a Velk! Hello! You crazy critter. You remind me of my cat. You're sort of the same color. The Velk are cool. This is the guy with the electric boots, isn't it? Fontus. Hello, stranger. I have a proposition for you. More of a bet, actually. See, I recently invented a new enchantment I want to try out. All you need to do is give me 25 gold as part of the bet. Catch me and you earn 50 back. Simple as that. Sounds easy. I'm ready if you are. All right then. Ready, set, go. Fontus disappears into a speck on the horizon. On the road east of Vol, I met an Imperial called Vontus who was eager to bet against me. After taking my 25 septims, he ran off southwards at tremendous speed, screaming in apparent pain. I'm supposed to catch him. Maybe tomorrow. If I recall correctly, Fathers just straight up murdered him and took his boots. This is Vol, isn't it? What's the name of this town? I'd like to believe a DeLorean flame trail was left behind. Yes, yes. Where we're going, Sally, we won't need roads. This is where they make Panarvid, isn't it, if I recall correctly, from back in the day. Yeah, there's like a tong here, isn't there? You know, one like not the kimono tong, but a different tong. Hello, chunky stew, please. Beds. Moraine Voldal rents beds for Outlanders at the Howling Hound. Sorry, only drinks here. Drinks and spittle, apparently. You've got some gemstones in your inventory for some reason. Tektite as well. Do you know, it's weird, but I can never, like, look at a rock whose name ends in "ite" like that without immediately being reminded of Dwarf Fortress, because that's where I learned all the names for these rocks. I need to check in on Dwarf Fortress again a little bit, actually. I played it a teensy bit, the beta branch of it, when the adventure mode thing, beta update dropped. But I haven't really played around with it since then. I kept saying I was going to do some cool shit with it when the adventure mode came out, and then I actually played adventure mode, and I'll level with you. I'd kind of forgotten how jank adventure mode actually is in Dwarf Fortress after all these years, and I was kind of like, oh yeah, it's maybe not quite as cool as I remember it being. I mean, it's still useful, particularly as a storytelling tool in that game, but actually playing adventure mode is not as much fun as I wish it was. Downstairs, last door on the left, okay. Here we go. Oh, what a lovely underground hole we're sleeping in. There we go. One feature you missed from Daggerfall is being able to rent rooms for more than one day. It was a useful kind of niche little feature, wasn't it? Like, I didn't take advantage of it very often, but occasionally when you knew you were going to spend a little bit of time in town, you could rent, you know, your room out for like the week. Particularly helpful if you were doing lots of like training or whatever. Water refill. Yeah, we desperately need a water refill. There we go. That's good. Right. There are plenty of things to do and people to speak to here in Vault, but I've done it all on the channel before, and I don't really feel like doing it again right now, so we're going to just move on. But rest assured, Vault is a pretty interesting place. It's quite a few quests to do. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have a signpost that actually has Almas written on it. Where? Oh my god. Okay, we need to do another painting, because, I mean, look at it. Just need to find the best possible sort of angle. That looks pretty good. Do. There we are. How are we doing for watercolors right now? 9 of 15. Okay, good. Excuse me. It's always irritated to you that often the smallest, crappiest rooms in inns are reserved for the PC. And no complimentary bags of Twinings tea either. It's outrageous, really. This sort of direction, this is where we need to be going. At no particularly fast pace. Might as well keep our fatigue up just in case, and also appreciate the scenery, the vibes, the atmos. Or coffee. And those annoying little packets of milk that there's never enough milk in for one cup of tea. You end up using both of them, and then you've got like leftover tea and not enough milk for it. It's always it's very irritating. Very irritating. What's the deal with you, Kaguti friends? Are you gonna attack me or not? You guys usually aggro quite far away, so I guess not. Look at them just striding off into the sunset. They remind me of the cartoon hedgehogs from that film we used to have to watch at school about crossing the road. With King of the Road playing as the song. What's that up there? Is that heather? No, it's not, is it? It's Tim Succumbi flowers, which have Dispel on them. I wouldn't take those just cause. Dispel's an unusual effect. Maybe we can make some cool tea with them or something, I don't know. I should probably pick up some of these more obscure alchemy ingredients, because if they're not immediately useful for alchemy, they still might be quite useful for making tea with. Vintage Green Cross code callback. Yes. Okay, that way leads to the edge of the map, so let's not go that way. We're on the wrong road entirely here. We're arguably on the wrong side of the river anyway. Looks like you're on the wrong side of the river. I need to watch The Mummy now. I think that might be what I do this evening. Just being reminded of that one scene is enough. Don't mind me beating the wildlife senseless. Yeah, we need to get this way. I'm pretty sure you can get into Almas there from either side of the river, but then I don't know for sure because I haven't been to the reworked version of Almas there yet. Also, look at that big spire poking over the top of that hill there. Interesting. Great movie. Fucking was, wasn't it? Bloody wonderful film. How very British of you, Dave. If I can't make potions from these plants, maybe I can make tea. Why do you think Ashfall's like my favourite mod ever? This is why I refuse to move on and use OpenMW. I absolutely must have my tea making mod. Last and damn it. This is almost worth a painting as well, actually, this here. No, don't draw. Rotate. Now draw. Because this is picturesque as heck. It really is. Yeah, I quite like that angle, actually. With the rocks in the foreground. We'll just call this the Fear Valley. Best remake you've ever seen. Yes, it's technically a remake in a way, isn't it? Yeah. Which makes that the Tom Cruise one a remake of a remake. In a way. Oh yeah, there you go. That's that. I remember. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but that's that big Indoril town. I remember that place because I remember going in there in the Fathis LP. And I spoke to the Lord who ruled over the whole place. And he actually gave Fathis the "Do you know who I am" speech, which was fucking hilarious. Hello. My name is Niemeni Ioneth. You look a little lost. Just your average spell sword looking to help out a pilgrim in need. I think she has a bounty on her head, if I recall correctly. No, I'll find my own way, thank you. Yeah, she's a bandit. Won't hand over my coin to some bandit. Big mistake, lady. Yeah. Big mistake. You're not mugging me, I'm mugging you. Call the ambulance, but not for me! It's always funny when bandits try to rob Sally. I do love it. Because the thing about Sally is that she doesn't look like much, does she? She's this little stick-thin Dunmer lady in a robe. With a backpack. She just looks like she's on a gap year, you know? Just on a hiking trip. See, that's almost worth a painting as well. My god, alright, fine. I don't know why I'm looking in the bloody magic menu. But most of the time when bandits try to rob you in these games, like, it's laughable because you are like the big hero man in your suit of heavy plate armor, armed to the teeth, and this nobody bandit is just like, give me all your money. But in Sally's case, like, I can reasonably see bandits actually looking at her and thinking, yeah, we can rob her. Probably isn't going to come out super well. Yeah, no, the spire is completely missing at the top, but never mind. A straw hat would do well for Sally's look. Oh, yeah. I'm one of the gondolier hats. Even funnier in Fallout games, you've got raiders with switchblades trying to rob you while you're wearing power armor, yeah. Dear. I'll take these temple dome mushrooms in case we can make something with them food-wise. This part of the world is really quite picturesque, isn't it? Almas there this way. Okay. I think, yeah, we have to loop around past this town to get to Almas there, don't we? I have a feeling this place will probably become more relevant in the mod once House Indoril is actually joinable and has a faction quest line, and oh boy, just looking at the place is making my frame rate dip. Yeah, the Oblivion Khajiit Highwaymen are definitely where the stupidity of Elder Scrolls Bandits peaked. At 100%. Those silly guys. Those silly Khajiit guys. Daft buggers, the lot of them. Pay up or else. Actually, that's the way this one likes it. No, actually, no. That's actually this. That's the way this one prefers it. Yes, that's the line. Criminals in games seem perpetually suicidal and dim-witted. Unless their name is Garrett, in which case, very much the opposite. Well, 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 ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Almas there. The new and improved Almas there at that. We really should play through Thief 2 The Metal Age on this channel. I don't think I've ever done it. We played the original Thief. But I don't think I've ever played Thief 2 on the channel, and that's an absolute crime in and of itself, frankly, because it is one of my most played games of my childhood. I absolutely adore Thief 2. Deadly Shadows wasn't half bad either, actually, come to mention it. Whoa. Look at the clouds over the water and everything. I'm not going to paint that because it just won't really translate, I don't think, to the watercolor very well, but this place is really something. It's because we're so high up, isn't it? We're getting all the clouds up here. Yeah, I've heard about that. The Black Parade mod. I've heard about that. Yeah, I'd love to give it a bash at some point. I saw a little bit of Variax streaming it a while ago, and it looked absolutely superb. Yeah, totally. Thief 2 and Deus Ex as well. Those are two games which really are very long overdue in appearing on the channel at some point. Almas has many roles, Outlander, a stronghold, a bridge, a place of pilgrimage. From its canton, the temple watches over the Antherian region, while the Bloodstone Shrine marks where St. Veloth crossed the Great Thir River, leading the Kaima people to salvation. To this day, the faithful continue to follow in his path, passing in great numbers day after day. Almas consists of two parts. The western part is the market and foreign quarter, built atop a broad bridge. It connects directly to the lands of the Hlalu. The eastern part is a canton with a bridge to the eastern bank of the Thir River. Beyond that bridge is the Bloodstone Shrine. The shrine marks where St. Veloth the Pilgrim and his host crossed the Thir River, following the sacrifice of Sharai the Herder. You can find it within the monastery that stands on the eastern bank. Many temple followers attempt the Bloodstone pilgrimage. Many also fail. Those strong of body and mind should seek Hetman Lothro. Her house is on the western bridge, up Riverside. She can start you on your pilgrimage to the Bloodstone Shrine. Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually, that pilgrimage. We'll be doing it next time, though. Rumours flow from the House of Troubles, Outlander. I will not utter them here in Almas. Respect the temple's doctrine and the authority of its priests and ordinators. The Order of the Watch patrols Almas. No heresy escapes their notice. Alright, thanks, man. Well, we have a raid. We did. A little teeny tiny flipping Navy SEAL raid. But there it is. We're just about to stop, I'm afraid. I'm just sort of trying to find a nice bit of Almas where we can leave off for next time, because we've arrived. I need to go get some dinner. And when we come back next week... Oh, look at that view. Look at it. When we come back next week... Oh my god, look at my... the camera's being a dick again. Like, if I lean forward a bit, I'd become less like an Oblivion NPC. Yeah, it's getting dark outside and the camera lighting has gone all squiff as a result. But never mind. So I'm super bright now. But anyway... They sacrificed a herder to cross a river safely. I'm not sure that's quite how it went down, but I'm looking forward to finding out. Anyway, do you know what? That's just perfect right there. That's just beautiful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on that bombshell, I'm gonna leave you. Tune in next week. Hopefully at the usual time, because at this rate, I'm going to have to revise the schedule entirely because I can't seem to do a single stream on time at the moment. I'm either having to cancel them outright or do them like 2 hours later than billed, and it just won't do. It just won't do. It's too unprofessional even by my low standards. So, anyway, provisionally, 5 o'clock. next Saturday. That's when we will continue. And we'll start actually digging into the meat of what I wanted to do in this playthrough, which is the Almas temple quests. So until then, everybody, be nice to each other. Be excellent to one another, to quote Bill and Ted. And I will see you then. Enjoy what's left of your weekend. And that's it. Toodaloo. Now, go on. Scoot, skedaddle. Go home. It's over. Bye.